Hey man, I just want to say thank you for joining me on this journey. And throughout this journey, throughout this process, you've seen a lot of ups, a lot of downs. You've seen me have moments of extreme clarity, also moments of fuzziness where I'm trying to figure things out. And I think that's just a natural progression of the process. You know what I'm saying? As you're going through things, you're putting the pieces together, you're seeing if it all works, you're going through trial and error, experimentation, trying to figure out what's what and how you can make more continual progress. And in today's discussion, I just really wanted to have an honest conversation about making that journey, taking that first step, and making progress on your journey towards whatever it is that you're working towards. For me, it's being the best version of myself, being able to serve in the highest way possible with my gifts, my natural gifts. And um, I've had some very interesting thoughts recently and just felt compelled to get on here and share them with y'all. So without further ado, let's get to it.
Welcome to Unlocking Levels, helping you reach new levels in your potential.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy CL the Source back with another episode of Unlocking Levels. Thank you once again for tapping in. And as I prefaced earlier, when you're stepping out and venturing out onto a new journey, whatever that may be, and you've clearly defined the direction that you're moving in and what you're working towards, um, a lot is going to happen. A lot already happens when you make that decision. But as you walk the way, it really starts to become real. And what I mean by that is you need to know before stepping into something that you feel like you've never done before, that you feel like is an inconceivable to do by someone else's standards, but you have this vision that you're looking to create. You have to understand that this ain't for the faint of heart. This ain't for the weak. This is solely for the brave. This is solely for the strong. This is solely for the people that are ready to meet those challenges and adversities and let that build their character. And I'm here today to talk about where I'm currently at on my journey so that I can possibly shine some light on what's ahead for you. Um, Look, I think that entrepreneurship and I think that going on this journey of becoming your best self and understanding self to the highest degree, it all sounds nice. It sounds amazing. And in reality, it is. It is amazing when you really have met yourself at the deepest level and continue to explore who you are at your core and figure out what it is you have to offer this world and how you can serve this world. And that's where I'm at right now. You know, I think I'm actually a little past that stage in terms of understanding who I am and really understanding how to get to the core of who I am, right? Peeling back a bunch of different layers because for so long I've associated myself and identified myself as an extrovert, as somebody that was like a social butterfly. And, you know, my actions definitely dictated those behaviors as well. And I think that with me just kind of like going through all that stuff, I've come to the realization that there was a lot of reasons for me to want to be in certain spaces like that, to want to act a certain type of way. And when you really do the deep work of getting to know who you are, um, that is like the beginning process of this journey towards whatever it is that you're working towards. And for a long time, I thought I knew how I was. I thought I was this way and, you know, this, that, and the third. And only come to realize that the truth just smacked me in the face when I really did that deep inner work. And I continue to do that deep inner work. um, the truth really reveals itself in many ways. And for me, I was able to find stillness, solitude, create space. And by doing that, it allowed me and it helped me to listen to myself, to get to know myself, to ask myself tough questions. And that ain't easy, man. That's why I said that in the beginning, that this isn't for the faint of heart. This isn't for the weak. You have to meet the darkest parts of yourself. And I'm still in process of that. I think it's a continual thing. I think I'm always constantly learning about who I am, why I operate the way I operate. When certain things happen that kind of are surprising to me in terms of how I reacted or whatever happens in my life, I pay attention to certain situations where I'm like, why did I react that way? And it's not easy to try to understand that part of you as to why you react a certain type of way. It's not easy to look at yourself and tell yourself the truth about who you are and where you're currently at. And then it's not easy to address that and then make those changes that you want to see for yourself and make that decision of how you want to show up in this life. It ain't easy work. And although it's not easy, it's worth it. It's well worth it. For a long time, as I said, I think that I thought I knew who I was, when the truth was I didn't really know who I was. I think I was posturing. I think I was just trying to be accepted, trying to fit in, and trying to be embraced by whoever was around me, whatever was around me, and not feel judged and not feel outcasted. So I did certain things to kind of conform to the group, conform to whatever it was around me. And because of fear of rejection, fear of not being accepted. And that I come to the realization that that's no way to live, because then you create this standard for yourself that you have to live up to, of how you show up. And what I've come to find out is that it's much easier to be your authentic self. It's very turbulent in the beginning, at least for me it was, because I had to meet myself head on. I had to look myself dead in the eye. I had to tell myself the truth. I had to learn the truth about myself. And it was definitely eye-opening in a lot of ways, because I realized just how toxic of a person that I used to be. I realized how all my shortcomings. I realized all these different things about myself that I didn't quite like about myself. And then you get to a stage of acceptance. Like, okay, the past is the past. You can't change the past. But I'm blessed and I'm gifted with the present right now. And through that present moment, and through what I do right now, through my actions and how I choose to show up now every day going forward, I can correct things. I can make amends for things. I can make my situation better for myself and the people around me and the people that I love. And it's a really challenging thing to do in the beginning. It really is. And again, I'm still working at it. I'm still learning. I still revert back to old ways, but I give myself grace. And, I'm just so much more locked in nowadays than I've ever been. I'm committed to this path. I've made tremendous sacrifices. I've definitely shed old parts of me that no longer show up, that I choose to show up in a different way nowadays, much more different than ever before. Certain things that used to interest me, that I used to spend so much time on and put so much emphasis on, they no longer either really interest me at all or very little, are definitely not as much as it used to be. And I think that is a clear sign that, I'm just shedding layer upon layer of who I used to be. And I'm really stepping into a newer version of myself, a better version of myself, a much more stronger, more capable, more believing version of myself. And I think that that's what the work does. And for me, I get really excited about the potential of what's to come. I'm already super grateful about like where I'm currently at and what I've accomplished so far, and the progress that I made. But at the same time, like I just know how good it's going to get, how good it's going to continue to be, and how good it's going to get because of the continuous work that I'm putting in towards myself, and also towards my craft, and also towards my passions and what I believe in, and just really honing in my skills and developing myself in many different ways. And I think through that personal development, not only do you learn so much, but you begin to see things in a completely different way, and you begin to move like that. And that's kind of where I've been. Not kind of, that's where I've been. I see now that if something isn't in alignment with the direction that I'm moving in or what I'm working towards, then I just drop it. I just do my very best to leave it where it's at, pay it no mind, let it go, control myself emotionally, and continue to pace myself moving forward. And I think that that formula is inevitably going to produce and yield results, desired results, not just any results. It's going to be results that I've envisioned for myself, that I see for my life. And you can do the same thing too. Anybody can, really. It just takes a few things that you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to meet yourself. You're going to have to determine what it is that you want, what it is you have to offer, where you're currently at, and accept that. And then do the work, engage in the process that's going to help you grow, help you learn, help you be a better version of yourself. And when you add more value to yourself and create more skills and learn more and develop, then you can attract all these different things to you: opportunities, people, all sorts of possibilities. And that's where I'm at. I've seen I've seen evidence of that in my life multiple occasions, and I'm in this kind of weird place where I'm really just learning how to do it on demand, how to create that on demand. And it has everything to do with my energy, my frequency, my clarity, what I see, where I'm spending my time, the decisions that I'm making. Has everything, and ultimately that has everything to do with me. And when you get to a space like that, you're going to realize everything that you want in your life, everything that you don't want in your life, it all ultimately is up to you. And when you understand that it's not anything outside of you, it's not what this person did, it's not what this person said, it's not who's president out there, it's not this, that, and the third. It's you. It's you. It's your life. Like, the world is going to be the world. Life is going to be life. But you show up and you can make the decisions. You're the actual driver of that vehicle that you have, which is your body, which is your mind. And you can choose the direction that you move in. Now, I understand that getting to a certain place that you feel seems impossible, it can be very daunting, but you got to choose your pain. There's a quote I love. I can't pinpoint who exactly said the quote, but you either choose from two pains, either the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And I think that many of us opt for that pain of regret, where we just kind of settle for a life that is familiar, is comfortable, is secure, quote unquote secure, because there's really no security in this life. You just have to, what I've determined in my life is that there's really no security. You just have to kind of figure it out and go get it and do what you got to do every single day. But back to what I'm talking about, too many of us opt for that kind of comfortable way of living. And to each their own. Honestly, I'm not even trying to make that seem like a bad thing, and if I am, that's not my intent. So I'm really just trying to say that if you are a person that has come to a place, has arrived at a place in your life where you just feel like you can do more, you can achieve more, and you can experience more, then you're going to have to have that meeting with yourself and get down to the bottom line to where you know exactly what you need to do. You know exactly what you want to do. You know exactly what it is you want out of your life. And you just become so crystal clear about what it is. And when you do that, that clarity, and you create a plan and then action behind that plan continuously, consistently, persistently, you're going to inevitably get to where you want to get to. You're going to enjoy that experience of life. And yeah, I mean, that's where really I'm at right now. Nowadays, I've come to the realization multiple times now that this is a one-player game. You know, when I say that it's this journey is not for the faint of heart, it's not necessarily just because of all the things you got to do, but it's all the things that you also got to let go of. And that, you know, that could be a multitude of different things. That could be letting go of self-doubt, letting go of fear, letting go of anxiety, letting go of who you thought you used to be. You know what I'm saying? Letting go of all sorts of different things in order to evolve and in order to step into the highest version of yourself. And I think that when you do that, other things tend to happen as well. Like I mentioned earlier, certain things that used to interest you, that you used to spend a lot of time on, you no longer do that because you're so much more in alignment and you see so much more clear about what it is that you're working towards, that if it's not congruent with any of that, then you just leave that shit behind, right? So, and that could be, again, a multitude of different things. It could even be people. You know, I've come to the realization that not everybody's going to come with you. Not everybody's going to see your vision. Not everybody's going to support you. Not everybody's going to believe in what you're doing. Hell, some people might even doubt. Some people are even probably going to throw shade, throw some hate your way. And that's okay. You gotta be so solidified within yourself that none of that shakes you, that none of that bothers you. And if it does bother you, it's okay, but you still move forward anyway. And I think that's where I'm at in particular. I've been on this journey for quite some time now in terms of expanding my consciousness and working on myself and developing myself, meeting the highest version of myself and operating from that space as much as I can. And I noticed a lot of different things, you know, people that I thought fucked with me for a long time, you know, they ain't really fucking with me like they say they fucking with you, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you realize it is what it is. I think for a while I used to get hung up on that stuff and get a little butthurt about it. You know what I'm saying? That, like, you know, people that have known me for a long time, that I just kind of automatically expected that they would support and that they would rock with your boy, but that's not always the case. You know, people are going to be who they are, and when they reveal themselves to be who they are, that's who they are. That is who they is, and don't trip too much off that shit. You just got to keep going. And then, but the beautiful thing is that what I noticed too is that you're going to meet so many amazing people along the way on your on path, on your journey, en route of your destination. You're going to meet and come across some amazing individuals, amazing people, amazing groups of people. And, you know, it's almost like you understand that the universe is putting people in your life for bigger reasons. And you realize that some people are just there for seasons, and there's no love lost. I think I feel the need to say that as well. Like, everybody that's been in my life and, you know, that I've had relationships with, I still love so much, like so much, you know, but at the same time, we're just not going in the same way, the same direction. And that's okay. You know, like, and I'm gonna always hold space for people, you know, because I love them so much. And, you know, but at the same time, it's just about getting to a place where, you know, you got to move towards. you feel the calling and you got to heed to that calling. You understand purpose, you understand duty, you understand fulfillment. And I think that when you do understand those things, you don't get hung up as much as often as you used to. And then what you realize is you have a skill within you. And that skill is to be able to see that, see those feelings, see those emotions, feel those emotions, and still look at the bright side of things. Look at all the blessings that you have. These are things that you ask for when you move on this journey. You ask for a better life. You ask for more strength. And when that happens, sometimes not everybody's going to be in alignment with that. And that's okay. You got to be at peace with that. You got to be content with that and keep moving forward. The people that are rocking with you and that will rock with you, they're meant to be there. And the people that aren't, they'll go their separate ways. Sometimes nothing even really needs to be said. You just kind of got to keep moving. And that's what I've really noticed in my life in terms of relationships and everything like that. I used to be somebody that had so many different people in my circle, and now my circle is about this small. I talk to a handful of people with some of my most personal matters, and like I said, I still got so much love for everybody that's been in and out of my life. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Because I do operate from that space of love all the time. And there's no hate, there's no ill will. I still keep in contact to a certain degree, but it just ain't on that level as it used to be. I no longer participate in certain activities that I used to, like drinking, smoking, doing drugs, going out late. Now I'm into all sorts of different things. And like I said, if it's not in alignment with what it is that I'm working towards, you got to eliminate it. That's what I've had to do. That's what I've made the decision to do. And I think you understand that more when you realize just how valuable your energy is, how valuable your time is. And you don't want to waste it on stuff that isn't working with you to help you elevate. And that's okay. Honestly, like it's okay if you're in that space, or if somebody else is in that space, or people still continue to want to live a certain type of way. But for you, the viewer that's listening to this, if you feel like you're destined for more, if you feel like you've got so much more to give, if you feel like there's a bigger calling for you, I hope this message resonates deeply with you, and I hope that it moves you, and I hope that you understand that even by me shining light on some of the less desirable things that happen on this journey, that doesn't mean that there's not much more fruit on this journey as well. Man, some of the greatest experiences I've had happened more recently in my life. I made the jump out from San Francisco to now live in Hawaii, where I'm currently at. And yes, I do have moments of struggle. Yes, I do have moments of challenge and difficulty, but I realize that shit is a part of the process, and I embrace it. And I'm now in this state where when things happen, whether I feel a certain type of way or something externally happens, I embrace it all. I'm doing my best right now to just look at things from a much more macro perspective versus being so zoomed in on the problems and fixated on the issues that I get blinded by them, and I just don't see opportunity, and I don't see the blessings, and I forget to be grateful. And that's not the case with me no more. I now look at literally everything. There's no good or bad. Things are just how they are. And I just see that they're necessary. And yes, I do question shit sometimes, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I reel myself back in and I'm like, keep moving. This is supposed to happen, and that's where I'm at right now. And I think that this conversation today definitely illuminates a lot of different things in terms of when you embark on this path, when you embark on this journey, this shit's not going to be easy. This shit's not for the faint of heart. But like I said, if you're hearing something call you, if you're feeling a greater presence, a greater energy, something in you deeper that is calling you to do something more, and you don't feel fulfilled in your life, you may need to look at yourself in the mirror. You may need to identify what it is that calling happens to be and heed to that call. Pay attention to it and let it move you. Be inspired by it. Don't be scared of it. Be inspired by it. If your dreams aren't big enough, if your goals aren't big enough and they don't scare you, then you need to get another dream. So I think that I'm in this place right now where I think I'm starting to see what it is I've been asking for so long, and in many ways things are coming into fruition, and I'm seeing more and more clearly, and I'm seeing evidence present itself that it's happening. It's all happening. Everything's catching up. Everything that I've been desiring, everything that I've been working towards, it's happening. It's all happening, and just trusting it is a big part of it. And I think that when you realize what you're working towards is getting closer, it gets a little scary. I'm not gonna lie to you, it gets a little scary because now you're gonna have to elevate to that next level, right? But I'm turning that fear and that scariness from, that sense of apprehensiveness and anxiety to more excitement, to more optimism. And when I do that, I get really pumped up. I get really hyped up about, just how good life can get. And yeah, I know it's right around the bend. It's right around the corner. I just got to keep working. And if you're in that place, I'm rooting for you for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm really, really rooting for you. And I hope that everything that you envision comes to life for you. And I'm on the journey with you. So if you're rocking with me, you made it this far into the episode, thank you. If you're new here, please feel free to dive back into the archives and check out some of the older episodes and see what I've been talking about, what I've been sharing with y'all, and hopefully it inspires you to be the best version of yourself, and just see how far you can explore your potential. So with that being said, thank you for tapping in. It's your boy CL, the Source, your friendly neighborhood hope dealer. And until next time, y'all, peace and love.